In this video, we're talking about the top cities to live in on the outskirts of San Antonio. Stay tuned, it's coming right after this. Hey guys, this is Carlos with the Neil and Neil team right here in San Antonio, Texas. And welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time. This is all things San Antonio and the surrounding area. I get a ton of calls from people all over the place who are coming here, visiting or relocating San Antonio, and I absolutely love it. So if you got questions about the area, if you're moving here, I am a licensed realtor here in San Antonio. I would love the opportunity to help you. If you got any questions about the area, just reach out. I'm gonna put my information here, call, text, email, whatever you wanna do to get in touch with me, and I would be glad to help you out when you come here. But let's jump into it. All right, so the first town on the list that we're going to talk about is Boerne, Texas. So Boerne is about 15 minutes going up I-10 West toward El Paso. This is a beautiful little town. It has a population of about 16,000. A lot of people who work on the north side of San Antonio live up there and just commute back and forth because it's just a short drive and because it has some really amazing property taxes, which San Antonio has some higher property taxes. Now, with that being said, even though the property taxes are lower, the price for a home is actually going to be quite a bit higher than what you would get in San Antonio. So the median sales price for a home in Boerne is about $450,000, but it's well worth it. There are some amazing neighborhoods with over-the-top amenities, hill country views, and a ton of parks, rivers, lakes. Even Boerne Lake's pretty close to downtown, maybe like 5-10 minutes away. You can see this beautiful lake. You can go kayaking on, fishing, a ton of outdoors activities all throughout the city. Now, it is a small town, so of course nightlife is not going to be the best. Most people travel to San Antonio for their entertainment, but Boerne does have some great wineries, a beautiful downtown, and a ton of events that happen throughout the year, especially Dickens on Main. Dickens on Main is a Boerne Christmas event held at the end of November for all ages on Main Street of Boerne. So Main Street, of course, is right there in downtown. They block off the roads. They set up booths, have activities all the way down the street. Oh, and if you have school-age kids, Boerne, Texas actually has some of the best schools in the entire state. They're A-rated across the board. So if you have school-age kids, it's definitely a great place to raise a family. Now, if you're a bachelor, you're a college student, you probably want to look somewhere a little bit closer to San Antonio. There's just not a ton to do, like going to bars, things of that nature. You're gonna have to go to San Antonio to do things like that. All right, so next up is New Braunfels, Texas. So New Braunfels is a beautiful town full of diverse people, gorgeous scenery, and a ton of things to do. Although it's growing very quickly, the community and its great people remain exactly the same. So the population in New Braunfels is just under 80,000. It's actually one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, top 5 fastest actually. A lot of people are moving there because of the location. It's literally right in between Austin and San Antonio. So it's kind of like the midway point. So a lot of people who are working in Austin are moving there. A lot of people working in San Antonio are moving there just because they don't want to be in a big city. Now, of course, home prices in San Antonio aren't too bad, but if you're working in Austin, good luck trying to find a home that's not crazy expensive. Those prices are getting outrageous at this point. But in New Braunfels, the median average price for a home is around $330,000, and they have a ton of new communities popping up. They have some beautiful new construction homes, or you can find a resale home that has a ton of space. There is something definitely for everybody out there. New Braunfels is just a 50-minute drive from Austin, Texas. It's about a 25-minute drive from San Antonio, Texas, so it's really not far if you're working in either one of those. Now, New Braunfels also has a ton of great schools. So if you do have school-age kids, they have some A-rated schools out there. Some of the top schools around the area as well. Now, one of the main things that bring a lot of people to New Braunfels is there is a ton of things to do. They got a large water park known as Schlitterbahn. You can float the river. They have a drive-in theater. You can go fishing, camping. A ton of things to do on the water. And oh, there's also a Green Hall, which is a place where there's a ton of live music. George Strait used to play there. Garth Brooks did a pop-in live show a couple years ago. Great place if you haven't been in Greene. Greene's a little city around New Braunfels. Have a great ton of wineries and just different things to do out there as well. Beautiful historic little area. You definitely got to check that out if you're coming to New Braunfels. Overall, it is a very diverse population. There's a big German and Hispanic community there in New Braunfels that have lived there for years. With that being said, every November they have a German salute to sausage, or Wurstfest is what is actually called, which celebrates German heritage. They also celebrate Dia de los Muertos, which of course celebrates the Hispanic heritage. These two events bring the ton of people together, bring the community together, and really celebrate both cultures. Now, me being of the Hispanic culture and part German as well, I love to celebrate both of these, so I'm not missing either one of these events. I drive up from San Antonio to New Braunfels every year, make sure I get my taste of Hispanic and that German culture. So whether you're a small family, whether it's just you and your spouse, New Braunfels is definitely a great place to live right outside of San Antonio, Texas. All right, so if you're looking to live outskirts of San Antonio, have low property taxes, and have a little bit of land, maybe actually a lot of land, well, Livonia, Texas is on the far east side of San Antonio. It's about a 25-minute drive outside of San Antonio, literally almost like a 35-minute drive to downtown San Antonio from Livonia, Texas. So it's a really great place if you really want to live in a rural area, but be close enough to where you really experience living in San Antonio. I'm on the far northwest side of San Antonio, all the way across the city, and it's really like a 45-minute drive for me. I've shown a ton of houses out there, have a couple friends that live out there, and it's a beautiful area to live in. They have this beautiful new neighborhood called Woodbridge Farms, which is right in the heart of Livonia. There's supposed to be over 200 homes built in there on top of what's already there. Since 2010, I think the population has increased about 19%, I believe it was, and it's going to continue growing. They said by 2025 it's going to be about another 8%. So the place is growing pretty quickly, but not too fast. The population is still under 11,000, so it's a very small town. But like I said, you're going to get that really tight-knit community feel. You're going to get a lot of different areas to look for with pieces of land. Most of the homes out there, 9 out of 10 homes are custom-built homes. So you're really not going to see any two homes that look the same. Now, the average price point for a home out there in Livonia is about $385,000, which of course, anywhere you go outside of San Antonio, it's going to be a little bit more just because you're getting a little bit more land. You're getting usually a custom-built home, so that the prices are going to be a little bit more. Now, there's not a ton of events that happen out there. As I mentioned, most people that live there come to San Antonio for all their entertainment, come to San Antonio to take care of all their shopping and really everything, because it's such a short drive away. But once you're out there, you don't even feel like you're close to the city. But either way, great place to live. Also have great schools, like I said, a little bit smaller schools, like Boerne and New Braunfels, where they have multiple high schools, multiple junior highs. Livonia does have its own high school, its own middle and junior high school. So you're gonna really know the community. Great place to be. I like visiting. I can't stay too long because I'm just not a small town type of person. I really like the city. I like doing things here in the city and just being very active. You do get to do things out there like hunting, of course, fishing, all your outdoor stuff, but there's just not a lot of like city entertainment. But at least you're a quick drive away. Now, the next city living outside of San Antonio, I've actually talked about a couple times, is Helotes, Texas. Of course, Helotes, Texas is on the far northwest side of San Antonio. It does have a population under 10,000 as well. It's really close to pretty much everything. It's really like you're in the city of San Antonio for the most part. If you didn't know any better, you would think you're in San Antonio. It's right there on the outskirts, but a ton of things to do. Mentioned it plenty times. It has a really great main street downtown, a lot of things going on down there, wineries, Flores Country Store where you're gonna get the music, a ton of places just to grab a quick little breakfast, little mom and pop restaurants. They have really great schools. O'Connor High School is their biggest school, big agricultural place. But Helotes, of course, has some beautiful homes. As I mentioned, you get those hill country views. You get those little locations where you get the older homes, but really have some character, and they've really been remodeled, really been taken really good care of. And you're also going to get some land out there. If you're looking to get some property with a piece of land, definitely Helotes has the opportunity for that. And you're going to get that nice little small town charm, but really you're inside of San Antonio. If you take a look at the location right here on the outskirts of 1604, you're truly in San Antonio, but it is its own municipality, has their own police station, own fire department. It is its own city. So great place to be, ton of great events. They have the Carnival. They have a lot of different events to go on out there in Helotes. I think it's first Saturday of the month, they do like a farmer's market. It's really cool. I'll actually be out there a couple times, just kind of hanging out, promoting the business. But if you ever come out, say hi. If you want to learn more about Helotes, I did a video completely on it here. Check it out. But let's go on to the next city. All right, another great city to live on, which I haven't talked about much, on the northeast side of San Antonio, so the far opposite side, is Schertz. Schertz is in a location that garners both benefits of the big city life. It's, of course, small town, hill country charm. Guadalupe Rivers to the east, Austin to the north, and of course San Antonio, which has everything there to the south. And you're right by Randolph, so the average commute to pretty much everything that you're looking for is about 25 minutes. So anything getting into San Antonio, anything getting in up to New Braunfels, it's about 25 minutes. You're right there in between San Antonio and New Braunfels. Now, given that San Antonio is labeled as Military USA, Schertz is a prime location for military families because it's so close to Randolph Air Force Base. A ton of people live in the Schertz, Cibolo area. Because it's such a prime location, only a 20-minute drive to Randolph Air Force Base. We always get this question, why does Schertz have such a high home ownership rate? And of course the answer is their affordability. So the homes in this area, no matter what your price point is at, are super affordable. There are homes ranging anywhere from like $150,000 all the way up to $700,000 or $800,000. With that being said, of course, this area has also some of the best schools. Really, overall, San Antonio just has great schools all around the area. But you're going to get a ton of military families going to the schools. There's one, Schertz Clemens High School and Cibolo Steele High School. So Schertz and Cibolo are technically two different cities or municipalities, but they're pretty much the same place. So it's, like I said, prime location because you're only a short drive away from San Antonio, short drive away from New Braunfels, a ton of things to do, even right there in the city, a ton of entertainment like theaters, bowling alleys, different things for the entire family. It's really a great place to raise a family overall. Now, we went over a couple of the cities that are around the outskirts of San Antonio. There's a ton out there, but these are just some of my top favorite that I really truly love, and I get a ton of people who like to look in these cities. Now, if you're moving to the area, if you're coming to San Antonio and you want to just be on the outskirts, you don't want to be directly in the city. Let's say you're working from home and you just want to be close enough to the city where it's a short drive, but you can just be at your home and have that peace and quiet. Well, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd love to talk to you about what's out there. I'd love to talk to you about the opportunities of buying a home or even just taking a look and see what's out there in those areas. I hope to hear from you soon, talk to you guys soon, and have a great day.